We're going to get some distance on them. We got to watch out, though, now, because I don't know where the gorilla is. I don't know what we're going to do about that. All right, we are back in Kenshi with Quill and Temperance and their continually expanding team. In the last episode, these guys picked up a couple of new companions, including a young man by the name of Hamut, who, while he is not the most skilled or experienced person in all of Kenshi, he certainly is the most skilled and experienced person on this team. And so I would imagine they are very happy to count him amongst their ranks. Hamut is not a Scorchlander, but he does have a badass eye patch, as does Temperance. And they struck up a conversation, and at the end of that conversation, Hamut agreed to throw in with us. Hamut is a staunch anti-slaver. His wife was taken prisoner by slavers, and we do not know what fate befell her. I'm sure it was not good. But he very much wants to take the fight to the slavers, probably as soon as possible. But hopefully he will understand that that isn't going to be anytime soon, probably not in the near foreseeable future. Hopefully these guys were able to take him out for a bit, sit him down, and get him to see reason that it's probably a death sentence to run right over to the slavers. However, I am very interested to see what stories unfold by having that particular influence, and perhaps a strong influence on the team. Someone who is so passionately anti-slaver, where that might take these guys. Speaking of stories and how they unfold, at the end of the last episode, these guys made it out to this old library, the very same old library that Quill discovered and looted, and was able in turn to put together enough money to get him and Temperance some limbs. Well, these guys have come out here kind of using it as a makeshift outpost so that they can venture even further out, probably as they fall into a tech hunter lifestyle. And I've talked about this before, even in this series. I like to do what I call narrative role-playing, which is just basically a way of me indicating that I'm not doing voices or like necessarily telling stories, but kind of doing whatever it is I think the characters would do in a given moment. But one of the ways in which I kind of develop some of their motivations literally just comes from playing the game and then thinking about what happened during that session. And I really like that they've come out to this library kind of for the purpose of motivation. You know, it's a really dangerous world. It's really crazy and chaotic. And, you know, they don't have a map. They don't have a guide. They don't probably know anything other than there's rumors of tech out here. And I'd like to imagine that, you know, these guys with nothing to their names except for Hamut, who's got some acceptable armor, agreed to follow Quill and Temperance into the desert out to this place. Maybe so that he could, you know, let me show you this place. Let me show you it so you can see it with your own eyes. I found a library. It wasn't ruined. It wasn't destroyed. The door was locked and it was filled with riches and treasure. And I'd imagine that's probably kind of emboldening for these guys. They've already been very lucky. And just being able to come out and see a place like this for themselves, even though it's empty, but Quill can stand here and testify to them, yes, I'm the one that emptied it, and that's how I have this arm, and that's how she has these legs, and this is how we put together this money, so that we could even, you know, hire you guys. And maybe, just maybe, that'll give these guys the bravery they need to take their next steps. Now, speaking of luck, at the end of the last episode, I noted that I kind of wanted to use this as like an ad hoc outpost, just some kind of like makeshift outpost for them. But I noted that we weren't going to be able to do anything in here because you can't build inside in Kenshi. And I don't know if you can do this in the base game or if this is perhaps from my camping mods, but it turns out I was able to put down camping gear. So we put a little fire down, and Temperance is recuperating. She's got a hurt stomach from that dog fight that they had with that bone dog. She's recuperating on some beds back there, and we've got a campfire going where they're cooking the meat that they found, which is great because that means Hamut can eat as well. He is not a Scorchlander, so he can't eat raw meat. And these guys are going to sit here for a bit. They're going to share some stories around the campfire, maybe talk about their good fortune. Temperance is going to rest up. It's getting towards the end of the day, middle of the afternoon, but they're going to spend the night here, and then we're going to head out in the morning. I'm just going to check, make sure I closed the door. I did. But let's take a look at the map and think about what we're going to do in the morning. So we are currently here in the Lost Library. Like I said, we're gonna spend the night here, and I do believe that the interior of this building should act as a break to line of sight. So no one should bother us, hopefully. But I think in the morning, there's a couple of things I was thinking about doing. We could cross over this ridge. There's a road right here. If I could zoom down in real close, we can see there's a road right here that comes across this ridge line and comes out to this area. There's a few, it might be hard to see on the video, but there's a few crossroads and some bifurcations of the road around here. Might be interesting to see what's out here. I'm also contemplating, and I'm kind of leaning towards this route, is to run the length of this canyon. This looks like it's going to be pretty deep. It also looks like this spot right here would be pretty darn scary. Once we get into this, there's kind of no way out. If we ran into trouble, we'd be in some serious trouble. But if we did make it through here, which would remain to be seen, it'd be nice to come down to where the river lets out. Because from that point, we should be able to see down this coast for sure. Let me zoom out a little further. We should be able to see down this coast. And we won't really be able to see up this coast. I'm going to zoom out even further. We won't be able to see out this coast. Maybe out to here, maybe a little further. Maybe what we'll do, if we do end up doing this, if I come out to here, maybe we'll come out to this ridge as well. Because you know what we could do? We could run out to this ridge, and once we do that, we'd get a really good view all the way, I'd imagine, all the way out to here. And as I point at that, there's probably even something here. There's probably like a city there or something. At minimum, and this is quite a distance, we could come out to here, get a survey south, come out to here, get a survey northwest, and then maybe come across this ridge and come back this way. Maybe that's what we will do. You know, and as I'm thinking about this, what I might do, because this is incredibly dangerous, I might break the team and just send two... It might literally... Maybe I'll send Quill and Hamut on a scouting mission to just get a lay of the land. I just don't want to walk them into something that is untenable. So maybe the team will... A couple of people stay here, hold down the fort, and Quill and Hamut being really fast, we can have them run down the river and just at least to the edge of the coast. Maybe have them come back here, pick up the people, and we'll move along. If we could find another spot like this, another place where we could set up shop and know that we're safe for the night, that might be a good way to do this. But either way, these guys got to get through the night. So I'm going to let them do that, and we'll probably pick it up from the morning, where I will have made a decision as to whether we are going to cross the ridge, come down the river, and if we'll just take a couple of people with us. But let's do that. Let's jump in. All right, these guys made it through an uneventful night, and I think we are going to take Quill and Hamut. I've formed a little scouting party. I've reduced their encumbrance as far as I possibly can, and they are going to go repair. We're going to repair the door. All right, it's fine. Did someone try to break in? Is it safe out here? Let's just take a look before we head outside. Just peer out the front door, and it looks safe. It looks safe. Let's get Quill outside. And these guys are going to, we're going to scout the river. Just take a look here, and let's stop for a second and just look around. We're going to be very careful. Let's take a look at the map. I think what we're going to do is we're going to run along the southern bank as safely as we can and just see what it looks like down here. I think we're gonna leave the larger team back. We're doing the scouting mission just to put eyes on something. Is it even worth bringing everybody out here yet? It's going to be very dangerous. I think these two... Ooh, we're loading something. Let's hang out for a second. We're loading the hook. All right. These guys probably know it's going to be very dangerous. No sense risking everybody's life. Quill probably should have taken one of the larger backpacks with him in case they do see anything interesting, but I think coming back and grabbing team members is probably a wiser idea. We'll travel light. We'll travel fast. Hamut has a bag. Yeah, so I think these guys, they're gonna see if they can put eyes on anything. Just get a sense. Is it safe out here? Is it dangerous? Is it crazy? Can we see any structures? Just get, you know, a sense of what's out here. And then if we see anything of interest, anything worth looting, if there's something to break into, or if we come upon a city or a town or a village or something, we can come back and get the team. You know, and I've said before, or at least alluded to the idea that I've played this game so much that I have a general knowledge of some of the stuff that's around, and I like to treat that as if it is lore and rumor for these guys. Like, certainly I could go online and just look at a map and know where destinations for them to get to are, but with some general, you know, just some general knowledge, like I said, lore and rumor, they head out and hope to put eyes on maybe some tech, maybe some friendlies, hopefully no enemies, and if we find anything, we'll come back and collect the rest of the team to see if there's any scavenging or scouting to do. We're going to get some height here and just look around. I don't see anything. I don't see anything moving. Nothing milling about. I might want to come over to this side and get some height over here, but I'm really liking how clear this looks. I'm not seeing any movement over here. I'd love the height over here to see over, but we'd have to crest that hill to take advantage of that height. So let's do this. We'll come down into this area where I don't see any movement, but I just want to be careful. I'm almost tempted to put them into a walk, just so I don't get surprised by anything. You know, it's funny, you play this game, I feel like most people play it with everybody on sprint or group run. But the NPCs all walk around. Which is kind of like what you do in real life anyway. You can't jog everywhere. You'd certainly get tired. But when you don't play zoomed out... Oh, look at that. There is a structure out here. Oh, you know what? I think that is... Oh, there's movement out there too. Hold on. There's band of bones out there. All right, we got to be careful. All right. It looks like there is a ruined city. I see a piece of a wall. Defensive wall, short town, ruin. Those guys might not know that, but they're probably surmising that that is a ruin out there. It looks like the Band of Bones were crossing the river. Oh no, there they are. They're at the bank of the river. We're just going to keep our eyes peeled here. This is great. This is exactly why they do this. They've been very lucky, but this is Kenshi. And that luck sits on a pendulum. It swings wildly from one side to the other at any given moment. So we got to be careful for the shift in that pendulum. Okay, I think the Band of Bones are right there. They are. Yeah, they're right there. Okay. We are going to cross back over the river, I guess, and we'll come up behind them and see if there's anything worth looting in that ruin. There's no one coming up behind us. Hamut's eating some meat. He's a little hungry, having himself some mid-morning breakfast there. I don't see anything. Just we're kind of off book here. We're off the beaten path, and it's you know, it's not necessarily safe here. I really wanted to come all the way down here to see what's on the other side of this fucking hill before I climb the hill. But we might just head over there. We might just head up onto the top of this hill and just see what's in this ruin. It is not uncommon for bandits to take shelter in ruins. Take up... Oh, shit. There's a mercenary camp behind us. Interesting. All right, I was going to say let's head up towards this mercenary camp and see if anybody's up here. Perhaps they recognize the tents and the structures and know them to be possibly friendly. But it seems like we'd have to backtrack around to get up there. I don't see necessarily a path, and I don't think I want to spend all day trying to get up over there. Let's continue with what we were doing. We're going to cross the river. The Band of Bones could literally be heading this way at this point, so we want to be moving. We are in Shun. And we discovered that ruin. Let's take a look at the map. Oh, okay, cool. The ruin is right at the edge of the river. That's good. And it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. So that's extra good. Can we cross over here? Oh, shit! The Band of Bones already caught up with us. Jesus fucking Christ. God damn it. Let's go. Hamut, go. Get out of the way. They are very likely not incredibly hostile. And I know we can talk to them, but... Every once in a while with various factions, even if you can talk to them, talking to them just triggers a... Well, I don't like the cut of your jib, or we should fight. Vagrants in various Shek groups and things can trigger a fight. If anything, narratively, these guys are probably just wary of such a formidable-looking force. They don't think they're the most powerful people in the land, but they certainly do look like they could easily handle Hamut and Quill. We're going to come back over here, we're going to cross the river, and I guess we're going to crest this hill. I wasn't necessarily looking forward to doing that, but... Oh, shit! Oh, God! Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, alright, everybody just relax. Oh my God. Okay. Alright. Just no. Just absolutely no. There are skin spiders up here. That is one of the things that we could bump into that absolutely would just end our lives. They would end our lives and then eat us to death in the desert. And I don't want to see that happen. Not today. Not at the beginning of an episode. No. No. We're going to step up here. They're scouting. So they're going to scout. They're going to watch the Band of Bones and see what they do. We're going to watch the skin spiders. Watch them move off. We're going to make this team be in sneak. They should just be on high alert anyway. Nobody's coming towards us. Hamut says we should stay away from slavers. We're so broke they might think we're slave material. You know, Hamut, I hear you. I don't see the band of bones. I think they were over here and they might have crossed the river again. Oh, okay. I don't see anything moving down there. We're going to move on. I'm quite literally going to throw these guys into a walk and we're going to move down. We're just going to keep our head on a swivel. Hamut and Quill are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing right now. They came out here to scout to see how dangerous it would be, and we've seen bands of Shek and skin spiders. And I don't like that the skin spiders are heading out towards the lost library that the team is in, our makeshift outpost, as it were. Which, by the by, I think I mentioned I'm very ecstatic that I was able to throw down a campfire and some beds in there. That is our outpost. We are claiming that as a camp. We can't lock the doors, and it doesn't really do us any major good, but in a place where we have to be very wary of nightfall, I'm very happy I found it. What the fuck was pick success? Who's picking success? It wasn't our guys. I think that was over by... Oh my god! Okay. Alright, I paused to see where the pick success was coming in relation to our team. I think it's coming from Drifter's Last, but holy friggin' crap. Oh my god, the skin spiders are rounding up behind us. Let me just make sure they're not attacking enemies. They're patrolling. Okay. Good god. In dealing with this, trying to watch out for Band of Bones, I let the skin spider sneak up on us. Quill yells out for Hamut to stick close, and they get the fuck out of here. Alright, I'm actually kind of glad. The skin spiders are in critical condition. They obviously faced something. Maybe it was that Band of Bones. Interesting. Quill yells out, Hamut stick close, and they run off. They run off back to where they were. Stick with the original plan. There's a fucking gorilla. What the fuck? This is the most dangerous place in the world. My god. Alright. We're gonna go get some real height here. We're gonna get some real height and we're just gonna look. This is fucking craziness. This is too dangerous. There's a goddamn gorilla here. Ugh. We're gonna get some height. We might go over and look at those mercenaries. See what they're doing. Let me just take a look at the map real quick. There is a camp here. But I cannot click or hover or move the map with the mouse. That's part of what stops the you being able to click on the mouse to click on the map to move. So it means I don't know whose camp this is, which is kind of good. Unless I actually got eyes on it, I shouldn't know whose camp this is. It's probably that mercenary camp. So we have some reasonable suspicion as to what it is. We're just going to get some serious height. Serious height. And we're just going to gaze out across the lands. Dear God. A little higher. Well, I don't like cresting hills, but I feel like this is the best opportunity we have to really have an understanding of what the fuck is going on around here. I think I literally just mentioned that the luck in Kenshi sits on a wild and dangerous pendulum. And I'm so very nervous because we've had a lot of good luck lately. And we're kind of pushing it, you know? Like I said, these guys probably feel pretty emboldened. They're probably ecstatic about all the luck they've been having, the gear they've been finding. And are like, you know what? We found a lost library. Like I said, found a lost library. Let's find another. All right, the gorilla is fighting a spider. Let's do this. This is, you know, again, we came out to scout, so let's scout. Let's just get our eyes on that and see what ends up happening. I'm hearing rustling. Just gonna be careful. We do see off in the distance some mercenary guild patrolling their small little camp. That's a good thing to know that we could sprint to that camp if we needed to. Looks like the gorilla took care of the skin spiders. If we gotta come back that way. I don't love it. How fast is a gorilla? Can we clock that thing from here? Where is it? Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, can we clock this thing? It is 14 miles an hour. I wonder if he estimates that from where he's standing. He's probably got pretty good skills of estimation. We're burning daylight, and I will lose sight of where this gorilla goes. He crossed the river for no reason. He is now cutting off our exit. And there is somewhere down here a skin spider that is dying or dead or hurt But if it pops back up, we're in trouble. This gorilla is cutting off our exit, but I'm pretty confident we could sprint to that mercenary company in a pinch, and they'd be willing to help us. All right. I'm super keen on getting down to that town and just seeing if there's anything down there. I see some buildings. But I don't want to run in either of these directions. Let's give it some time. We'll go say hello to the mercenaries. We're scouting. That's what we're doing. So let's scout. Let's scout. Who knows what we'll see over the hill line here. You know what, we can use the security we feel from seeing mercenaries to head over the, to peer over this hill. Which, what am I looking at here? Yeah, we're just going to be peering at Drifter's Last. Just going to be peering at nothing. Nothing of any value. Let's come talk to Hiro Yasu. They are just going to offer to protect us. Likely, but, you know, at least introduce ourselves. Say hello. It's rare to see a friendly face. Can I help you, Outlander? I guess not. Well, thank you, but no thank you. The way the Shek warriors carry themselves, you'd think they were born for battle. It's both intimidating and admirable, and you've got Shek milling about in your company. Lots of them. Okay. Well, let's take this moment of safety, security, and respite, and check on the team. How are you guys doing? You guys are just fine. Are you hungry? No, you guys are totally fine. Back to our scout team. Let's head up to the top of the hill. We can confirm the suspicions that we'll be looking at Drifter's Last if we look this way. And holy shit! I don't think that's a new gorilla. It might be, but goddamn, did that gorilla literally just walk to where we were, or is that a secondary gorilla? Man, we really were just in one decent spot. We were not really set up. You know, the area around Drifter's Last is very safe and secure and nice, and the rest of this world is too dangerous for these guys, but... And for a penny. Alright, we can't see Drifter's Last, but I remember this object here. I'd like to still see if I could get down to that, to the mouth of the river and that ruin that's down there. We have either 1 or 2 gorrilos and a herd of blood spiders. We do have to be careful. I lost the gorilla. He's moved somewhere where we cannot see him, and we see people moving on the line. Oh, interesting. Manhunters moving across the side of the hill there. Man, we're seeing a lot of bad things, and we are just narrowly escaping them. Our luck is holding out, and I don't know that I like it. I'm actually nervous. Like I said, it's a pendulum, and when it swings, it's going to swing wild, and it's going to hurt. And I've got what is quite literally sacrificing the team's 2 best people. All right, we're going to step a little bit forward, and I just want to look over this way because this is where the... Oh, shit, it is a second gorilla. No, that's the same gorilla. Is this just his stomping grounds? God damn it, we don't even have ranged weapons. There's nothing. We would look at this. Look at this. Look at how much trouble I'd be in. I'd be done for. Alright, we got to be careful about those manhunters too, because the mercenaries will not render aid if the manhunters attack us, I do not believe. They will likely help if we get attacked by a gorilla, but I don't think they'd care if we were attacked by manhunters, so we got to be careful. Oh man, this ended up being a more challenging scouting run than I think these guys expected. Quill just watches this gorilla slowly patrolling what is apparently his stomping grounds. This is... Oh, shit! Oh, goats. Okay. I think that's a goat. Is that a goat? Goats. Yeah, good. Okay. Man, this is a very busy little area. Knock it off. Oh, I wish I had $3,000. I'd love to take those mercenaries with us. Let's see if the gorilla gets distracted by the goats. If he does, we'll take that opportunity to move. I don't like that we're kind of... What we got to think about is the future. We're staying nice and tightly zoomed in with these guys. And we can't click on the map. And we don't have a map marker, player marker. And we have to worry about nighttime. And it's already getting late. Shit, we might be staying with the mercenaries. But all of this means that if we head out this way and we don't keep eyes on what this gorilla does, he's choking off our ability to return. And I was really hoping that he'd bump into those goats and do something. Do something. Attack the goats. I just wanted to see him get distracted. And we were going to take advantage of that and run. It's very interesting. We were able to get down here early. I think it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. But getting our travel cut off at different directions has proven to take some time. All right, I lost the gorillo. I see the goats. I see no gorillo. I don't care for that. We're going to move down. We're going to move down. I'm not in love with it, but we're going to do it. We're going to move down right here. I still don't see the gorillo. I'm hoping he went into the water. I'm trying to find a way down this rocky embankment here. We have to go up to go down. We have to move towards manhunters, which I'm not in love with. Let's just keep an eye out. We're going to watch them. And I'd love to get down there. I would love to. Just got to watch out. Watch out, Quill. Keep your head on a swivel. Look at this nonsense that we are stepping through. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, I don't know that I've disliked something more than that. That was nerve-wracking. We're going to cut away from wherever this gorilla was. And I don't know where the skin spiders wound up. I don't know where they went. And now we are down in the valley. Hamut says, ugh, what a headache. I hear you, Hamut. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get into... Oh, shit. Garrow. There's movement out in the distance. We're going to try to get down to this ruin before nightfall. And Quill and Hamut are going to pick up and move back to the mercenaries before night. And they'll hang out with the mercenaries overnight if they're still there. They might not always, they're not guaranteed to be there, but if they are, that's where we'll stay. Oh, Hamut and Quill, you're brave, you're fast, you're strong, sort of. Not really. There's not enough of you to really take on anything. Anything we see. A singular band of bone. Oh, interesting. The gorillo is moving kind of towards where we're heading. In theory, we could both outrun him. In theory. It'd be a dead heat for Hamut. This is shit. Skin spiders? What is it? What is the thing that is upsetting you? Quill has become upset. Something has made Quill nervous. It is making me more nervous than Quill is. I don't care for it. I don't see whatever it is. We're going to stop right here. We're going to hold a second. Quill, if you're that nervous, I'd like you to just turn around and run. Oh, shit! It's fucking skin spiders. Jesus Christ. God damn it. Give me both of you guys. All right, Quill screams in terror. Screaming in terror. Quill yells out for Hamut to stick close, and we're going to head back to the mercenaries. Hamut, if you got to drop stuff, you're gonna. All right, we're faster than them. That is good. How slow are these guys? We get a good look at these guys. They are very slow. We can outrun them kind of easily. We're going to get some distance on them. We got to watch out, though, now, because I don't know where the gorillo is. I don't know what we're going to do about that. Let's see how nervous Quill feels. Quill feels fine. He feels fine. We are getting cut off left, right, and center. This is a wild place for us to be hanging out. This is wild and dangerous. All right, the gorillo is running up that way. There are skin spiders somewhere over here who started coming towards us, and now they are gone. There were skin spiders over here. We may never get back to that library. We will. I really, really, really would like to put eyes on shit. Slave traders. What is happening? What is happening? This is the most popular. There's no city down here. It's a ruin. This is the most populated place that's ever existed in Kenshi. I don't think Quill's going to let Hamut get too close to eye shot of these slave traders. He might do something we both regret. Oh, we gotta move, though. We gotta move. We can't stay here. The mercenary group might pack up and move on by the time we figure out what the hell we're doing. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna keep Hamut nice and distracted. We know. I see the spiders. The spiders are over here. We're going to keep Hamut nice and distracted. We'll tell him a story about how we got down here and how dangerous it was. How we ended up getting beat down and lost our limbs. Alright, the blood spiders can't see us. We are out of visual range. We are really doing dumb shit here. We're just going to keep Hamut nice and distracted. We don't want him seeing any slave traders. Just look over here. Look, Hamut. Look off to the left. How scary. Blood spiders, right? Did we bump into a gorilla? Is it skin spiders? Is that what you're scared about? These guys are heavily engaged, worried about spiders right now. That is good. You just Hamut. Quill, you keep Hamut. Keep Hamut focused. We can outrun a skin spider, so we're going to do it. And I'm hoping that it is the skin spiders that we're outrunning. I'm hoping I didn't just put us into a very bad situation. We are going to get across the river as quick as we can. I don't want to be crossing the river near skin spiders. They're very tall. God, you guys are so slow. Okay, all right. Oh, man. I think skin spiders walk on the bottom. The wind feels nice. Hamut, I really like your positivity right now. I'm sweating. I am nervous as shit. This was a worthless, non-worthwhile trip, huh? There's nothing down here for us. Let's see if Quill has calmed down. Quill, how you feeling? Quill feels good. Alright, there's a cup. There's some sand potatoes, a hacksaw, some xander root. We might grab these things. We'll grab the sand potatoes. I mean, I'm not trying to be over-encumbered with fucking sand potatoes that I can't use yet. At some point, we'll do some research, and we will learn how to make use of this stuff. But there is nothing down here. There's tools. I don't want to swim out to get those tools. I don't think that I'm worried about it. How heavy are you, Quill? Not at all. This is a bad spot. I don't like where we're standing. I don't like this at all. If something comes around through, I mean, we do have a lot of line of sight block here, which is good. This is not a good place for us to hang out for the night, and I really wanted to get out there, but if we go out here... I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like what I've gotten myself into. I have overextended, and we are not in a good spot. Let's keep zoomed in with these guys. Okay. Alright, let's step back. We're going to push on just a little bit further. I don't like the idea, but... 18, 19, 20. We're going to go for 30 more minutes. In-game. I don't love what's happening right now at all. I'm doing a very dumb thing. We're going to go just a little bit. Where are you going? This might seal it. Out of my way. Someone's yelling out of my way. United Cities. That is not good. We don't want to run into a noble out here. These guys are going to go. They run fast. This is why they came out. These guys are the fastest on the group. They're strong, they're fast, they're nimble, they're light enough. We're gonna, this is a terrible thing to do. Playing this game to seek an accomplishment is a recipe for disaster, but we're gonna get ourselves... Oh, there's dust blowing across me. It scared the shit out of me. We're gonna get ourselves, I think this is maybe this or this. We're gonna at least get to here. And then we're gonna turn back, and we're gonna try to figure out how to get back to those mercenaries in the night. Hopefully it's not too dark, but we're gonna keep these guys running as fast as they can. I don't see anything behind us, above us, below us. No one's chasing. No one's in front of us. No one has crested any hills. Are we on a road? We are. That's extra dangerous, I feel, because that's going to have people running all around on it. We're just literally, we're going to go right to here. We don't see anything. I don't see a town. I don't see nothing. When you get to this little hill right here, we're turning around. Right here. Right here is where we're going. I don't see anything. No one's up here. No one's around. We haven't discovered anything. We're going to this little spot right here. And then we're turning around. My palms are sweating. I'm terrified. But we can indeed see up the coast from here, which is what I wanted to do. And I think I just saw movement. Step out over here, Quill. We can see up the coast. Beautiful. Alright. And there's nothing out here. I think we're here. There's a crossroads here, which we did not make it to. And I don't see anything out this way. There's no one coming towards us. There's no other ruins. There's no buildings. There's no people. There's no mercenary camps or bandit camps. There's just nothing. It is getting way too late. We're going to try to head back. We're going to try to head back to that mercenary camp. If I didn't feel like this was the most populous place in the history of all Kenshi, I might say they could make a little camp out here for themselves, but it is, I think, too dangerous. Oh, shit! God damn, fucking Garou. Why is it so populated here? This is the most populous place on Earth. We can't be stuck here. Garou can attack if you move around them, so we want to be a little careful. We're slower than they are, so we'll take advantage of that fact. I think we're slower. They can attack if they feel threatened by you, so we're going to try to not be too threatening. But we can also run through their wake here. They will likely attack things that are in front of them, so. Or be attacked by things that like to attack. So we can use this to kind of trail right behind them. Surely it can't get worse, right? Hey, Hamut, we're doing all right. It's not that bad, okay? We don't know where those United Cities went. I don't see anything going on. We want to give the Garou a second to get through the city. And we're going to follow right behind them. Nobody's coming around behind us, in front of us, nothing. We're going to come in right behind the Garou. We're literally using them like a steamroller. Quill is just like, follow me, I've got an idea. These guys kind of desperately, they know they've overextended themselves and they know they have to get back. They have to get back to some measure of safety before nightfall. Fuck, those Garou are goddamn fast. They're already out of the ruin here. And across the river. Good lord. Alright. Hopefully the mercenaries have not moved on. We're going to cross the river, as dangerous as that may be, because we're crossing back into skin spiders, but we're also trailing behind some Garou, who hopefully are clearing a path for us, but we're going to cut left. Where exactly were these guys? Out this way? I think they were out this way. They literally might have packed up and moved on. So, what we are doing is a little bit dangerous. We're running into what we know to be hostile territory. Quill just yelling, just keep up. I know you're tired, just go, just go. We know there's skin spiders here. We know there's a gorrilo here somewhere. We don't see him. We don't know where he might be. He could be across the river. If anything, the United Cities might have bumped into him and taken care of him, but we won't know that. Oh, nice. These guys are still here. They see the tents. Quill just yells out, head for the tents. Head for the mercenaries. And we're just going to keep watching. We're going to keep watching as they go. Making sure they're safe. Here comes a really dangerous spot. We're coming up onto this embankment. We took a really dumb way to get down into this valley the last time. We're probably going to take a really dumb way to get out of it. It is kind of comforting knowing there's a lot of pathing to get over to that mercenary camp. But there were also manhunters here, and it's proven to be a very populated place. Just checking the horizon. Seeing strange silhouettes, but it's probably just shrubbery of some kind. Some type of foliage silhouetted against the skyline. These guys are very interested in complementing the Shek. Alright. Literally, as night is falling, they make it back. I think these guys are gonna... I think we're gonna stay out here just a little bit longer. I really want... Do you have seats in here? Can I use a seat? I don't think they have anything. They don't have any furniture here, do they? They've got beds. We could let them sleep. I was interested in making that circle around and down to the edge of the mouth of the river, and then out to that further point, which we didn't get to do. And I'm interested in maybe possibly making that happen, but we'll see how we feel in the morning. We're gonna take advantage of the hospitality of these mercenaries milling about in this beautiful sunset, and we'll think about it in the morning. If anything, maybe we cut across. Maybe we'll do this instead of coming out this way and down this way. We will we'll cut straight across and get to the height over here and just look around and see if we see anything. Maybe we can see a structure in the distance. Not guaranteed there will be anything here. Like I said, it's rumors and conjecture. history and lore that they might possibly know about. That comes from me, like I said, generally knowing about the game, but rather than looking it up, we'll just treat it like it's whispers and rumor. They hear that there may be other ancient libraries out here, and they've already found the one. We also found this ruin, an abandoned town. A ruin that is wildly overpopulated, which made me very unhappy. So wait. Ooh. Ooh, something ate a hiver arm out there. This is dangerous shit, man. Alright, thanks to the kindness and general hospitality of these mercenaries, Quill and Hamut have made it through the night without issue. I was worried that the camp might get attacked, but it did not. They seem to be in a pretty good spot. Let's do this. Let's come up to this height here. Let's get a look. I'd imagine Temperance is probably getting nervous. They probably said they'd be gone a day. 2 at the most, and we're into our 2nd day by now. With no word. But I checked on Temperance. They're doing fine. They've got food. It can't hold out for too much longer, and it's, puts them in a bad position to try to hold out for too much longer, but let's do this. Let's try to get... I want to try to get some height over here. I think... Let's see what we're looking at here. Alright, we are looking at... Right here, we are looking at this. I'd like to try to get to the top of this ridge if I could. We've been to the ruin. We know that it is basically empty, fruitless. Coming down this hill is a little scary. Our vision is pretty heavily blocked, but I don't see anything off in this direction. It didn't look like there was anything below us, so... We're going to make our way down here. We're going to cross the river. These guys know that the ruin, there's not much there for them. Pretty much not anything at all. We see Garou running in the distance. We're going to cross the river, and I think Quill is going to set himself to getting to the top of this ridgeline. We've got a day to do it. Let's give them a click across the river. Just let them make a decision about how they know they want to get across, where are they going to do it. Now we know we've seen gorrilo and skin spiders all the hell over the place. They're everywhere. There's Garou running around as well. We got to be careful. Hamut, the day has just started, and Hamut says, "Can't wait for this day to be over." Hamut, I don't love that you are becoming pessimistic. It's making me sad. Took them a little bit of time, but they made it across the river. It's still morning, which is good. Let's get to the top of this ridge, which is a little bit dangerous. We don't know what we're going to come to face once we get to the top, but it seems okay. It seems okay. Quill's not nervous. Hamut's not nervous. It doesn't look like anything's coming for us. I'm going to give them a click really far away. They see the top of the ridge and they know they want to get there. And we'll just see what happens. You know what? Why don't you do it by not running into this fucking big sight block here? See if we could see where we're going and what we're doing while we're going there. But this is good because we can see all the way up this hill. We can see some Garou running on the hill there. Right there. I like seeing the Garou because they're generally passive, but other things will attack them. They draw attention away from us. We're also able to use them to some good effect by running in their wake to get back to the mercenaries. Not that it needed to be done necessarily, but it's good to know that the herbivore were there to distract should we need them to be. Obviously, we know this area is inhabited with skin spiders and gorrilos, manhunters, slave traders. These are the things they'll be reporting back to the team, what they've seen. Let's get a nice height here, and we'll see how far we can see. In theory, we should be able to see at least to this other ridge and then down into what likely will be a valley, if not out across this way as well. I'm curious if there might be something at this crossroads here, perhaps. I'm super curious. I would be willing to bet a good amount of money there's something right here. I'd be willing to bet that that's a junction that marks the location of a town or a ruin. You know, and like I said, of course, we could find out online. But it's a lot more fun to wonder, to assume and be surprised. Well, what we are doing is so dangerous. This hill lasts forever. This is the tallest hill I've ever climbed in my life. Oh my god, it is terrifying. I was really hoping we'd come to the top of this thing. We would just keep finding that it rises further and further and further. We'll try to get to the top of it without running into anything. Look out across the valley as I wanted to, and maybe we'll run the perimeter of this thing. I'm going to guess we're like right here. Maybe we'll like run. It seems like it's more of a flat top than I expected. We'll get to the edge of it, and then we'll run the edge this way as well so we can see over here, and maybe run the edge over there so we can see over there. That's how we'll spend our day. Whatever we find, we're going to head back to Temperance. It's been a day. Those guys have to be very nervous. God damn, there's no fucking edge. There's just pure danger. We're going to run into a bandit camp or a bone dog nest or something worse. All right, I see a bunch of Garou out there. Out on that hill. Oh, no, it's a bunch of skin spiders. They're very, very far away, so I'm not super nervous about it, but... Man, this did not work out the way I thought it was going to. Climbing this... Fuck! Oh, God! Alright, run away. Just turn and go forever and never come back this way again. Ah, God. The skin spiders are so many in number. They're slower than us, but still. We're still going to take advantage of that opportunity to look around this side. I wanted to look down into this valley, and I know I'm faster than a skin spider, so... There's just nothing here. These skin spiders are coming this way. If I get too far over here, they're going to cross in front of me, and then I'm stuck on this side. We're going to go a little further out here. We might actually... I'm just going to run out to here. Oh, boy, I'm doing a dumb thing. Why... All right, Hamut. Hamut says, why are we doing this? Hamut, I'm going to take the hint, I promise you. I'm just super interested in seeing this. Is what I was hoping to see so much sooner. I mean, there's nothing down there. I was hoping to find nothing but, like, 8 libraries all lined up in a row. But, you know, hey, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be receivers. We do see a gorrilo. We know there are blood spiders to our left heading towards us. And there's just nothing out that way. I mean, it might not have loaded. It's tough to say if there really is anything. We'd have to actually head out there, unfortunately. We can imagine maybe it's just too enshrouded in fog for us to know if there's any structures out in that direction. I will say it is way too fucking dangerous for us to be dicking around out here, though. I'm going to get us choked off here. I wanted to go over to this edge, but if there are literally blood spiders coming this way, I'll have no choice but to go down left or right. Let's come over here. I wanted to see what was over that way, but we got a good enough view. I want to circle back around these blood spiders wherever they may be. And look... Oh, God. I thought I saw something. Look along that edge over here. And just look down. We've discovered nothing. We see nothing. There's no buildings. There's no structures. There's ancient structures that are falling apart. There's no blood spiders. Alright. Let's head up this way. These guys still nervous after seeing such a large group of blood spiders so close to them. Gonna keep a little bit of pep in their step. Obviously, Hamut is a little disenchanted, wondering why we're even doing this. And Quill just says, just stick close. Let's keep going. Alright. And there is nothing along this western coast here, huh? We wouldn't know unless we really went in there deep. Alright, we're gonna go back to the ruin, I suppose. The ruined city. And we are going to, loot it for whatever it's got. Let's get you guys out of group run. We probably have to travel further along the western coast, and I have some sneakies. Oh, Hamut. Why don't you stop doing that? We'd probably have to travel further along the western coast to see if there's anything out that way, and it is still very tantalizing, but we're seeing now that it's more than a day's journey as soon as anything goes slightly wrong. We're just going to come down here. We'll come to the ruined city. There was tools and things of that nature. It's still morning. Oh, Jesus, fucking the goddamn blood spiders. No, it's Garou. Okay, cool. Woof. God damn it. The Garou are running right at us. We're just going to try to get... Oh, fuck, they're really close. We're just going to stop right here. We'll stop right here and we'll wait. Hopefully no blood spiders come up behind us while we're waiting for Garou to pass. Good God. Alright. Beautiful. Down we go. We're going to go see about looting this ruin, and then we'll head back to the team and we'll think about what it is we're going to do next. We're going to keep our eyes peeled. Make sure we're safe. And we got to think about this. This is not a good spot to make a secondary... God damn, these fucking Garrow. It's right next to me. Yeah, this is not a good space to make a secondary outpost. So we can't venture further out from this point. What we might do is we might head back to the team. We might head back to the team and maybe directly cross the ridge here. Unfortunately, we haven't made any money, and we haven't found any food. We certainly could have pushed our luck to loot some of these downed animals. Oh, look at that. Hamut's becoming a little more optimistic. He says, I love the fresh air. Yeah, as we were coming across gorrilos fighting skin spiders and the like, we probably could have pushed our luck and come in to loot some of them. For their pelts and their meats. But I think staying alive is probably a better idea. So we're going to grab whatever we find laying around here. We'll come back at least not empty-handed. And then we'll think about what's next. Alright, we got to be careful about being in this ruined town because we've seen the Garrow pass through here every 5 seconds. And we have seen United Cities and blood spiders as well come this same way. The allure of the coast and this coastal region, I think, are still calling to the team. But, oh, I think we're going to have to head back to these guys. And we'll make a plan for maybe cutting in this way and seeing what's in here. I was hoping for an easier run down to the western coast and then spend most of the daylight hours running on the western coast, but it proved to be quite squirrely here. A lot of creatures, a couple of factions. We saw slave traders, Band of Bones, and United Cities. These Garrow are just absolutely patrolling, which is kind of cool. Kind of good to see. Hopefully that means other things will attack them instead of us. Garrow, stop! Nobody move! Yells Hamut. Alright, yeah, we're good. We're good. Don't worry. It's very scary. They leave you alone if you just stand still for a while. Yeah, I think they're leaving us alone. I think. Where'd they go? They disappeared in the water. Better not be coming at us. We're going to travel down the river. Hopefully that's safe. These guys have taken a 2-day journey and come back mostly empty-handed, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Hamut is down to cactus, and Quill has a little bit of meat left. We don't have anything really valuable to sell. Oh, Jesus. There are slave traders up ahead. Quill, being incredibly prescient, is going to keep Hamut otherwise engaged. We're going to move away from the river and just keep Hamut engaged in conversation. He doesn't need to see any slave traders. I feel like if they attacked us, and he returned attacking, it would probably make the most narrative sense for him to go down fighting. And I think Quill probably understands that he might not be able to stop him from taking his last stand where he just start fighting with slave traders, and so Quill's going to keep him engaged elsewise. All right, well, I think that's where we're going to leave it. Quill and Hamut have made it back to the team with not too much to show for their scouting trip. They've got some junky old tools and at least some knowledge that the area they're in is quite dangerous. It was probably a good idea to not bring the entire team down to the end of the river. When we come back, I think that we're probably going to do a little more scouting of this region. Maybe we'll cross over the ridgeline and get a look at the valley, and maybe even see if we can poke a little further north. But we'll do that in the next episode, so subscribe for more Kenshi, and I'll see you next time.